All right, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning again. We are back with another New York City ride out. Again, solo ride out. Out here in Queens, and this morning I'm heading into my other job. I coach jiu-jitsu on the weekends, kids and adults. So I'm heading to the dojo, but the dojo is up in the Upper East Side, so I gotta get up there first. Oh, that was my speaker. Oh no, that was my phone. Hey, ta-da! Thank you, man. Thank you. Wow. All good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. What the fuck? Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. I am. Thank you. What the fuck? Great way to start the morning, huh? I don't know how the hell that phone survived that, but that shit survived. That's crazy. That thing landed flat on his back. Crazy. Anywho, we'll continue. Hopefully that don't happen again. Although that thing has opened up, I gotta get a new phone mount. I gotta get one of those quad lock things. That phone mount has now opened up on me when I could have sworn I locked it. Like, this is like the 4th time in the past 2 weeks. So the other 2 times I've been lucky and I've been able to catch it. In fact, one time it actually fell on my lap. But not a way I want to be messing around with a $1,000 piece of merchandise here, so gotta be careful. I always feel weird when I mess up like that. Well, not even like I mess up, but something happens. And then you feel like you gotta follow all the rules after it because you're tucking your tail in. You're like, oh, something happens, so I gotta be all good guy. Can't be blowing red lights after my phone drops off. What is that? That's where my brain immediately went out. I was like, oh, don't run the red light now. Your phone fell off your bike. What? Man, I'm running home. No, I'm not. Morning like this morning, I am a little late, so I am gonna book it just a hair. I'm not gonna run too many red lights. So I'll chill here, check it out, make sure. Oh, look at that, right up there. You probably can't see him in the camera, but little Mr. Popo is gonna have fun with me running a red, so we're not gonna do that with that guy there. And we're gonna go nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race with the Popo. Say hello to our little friends, Mr. and Mrs. Police. La Policia. Oh, great, he's gonna come right behind me right now. And I can't run this way. What the fuck you want? Where's that guy? Oh, yeah, I'm very late. No, I don't want Grok Premium. I don't even know why I'm on Twitter here. Check my messages. Alright. Oh, he didn't come behind me. Okay, I can go. So we are, like I was saying before, I got rudely interrupted by my telefono. We are on our way into Manhattan. We are going to the Upper East Side. That is where the dojo is. And I'll spend my day there coaching some jiu-jitsu. I got a kids competition coming up in a couple weeks, so it's going to be some hard training. Gonna be sweating a lot. And then next to no storage on the Sur Ron, I got a nice big backpack here. I changed the clothes because I'm going out with a friend after. That's one thing with the Sur Ron that I really wish there would be a way to mod more is storage options. There's really no way on this bike to get like a good pannier bag. Hop on right here. You ain't gonna pay attention to you, pal. Yikes. Trying to get her to open the door at the non-bus stop. Just wait at the goddamn bus stop. That's your problem, dude. I think it's funny when people think that they are special for some reason. For some reason, people just believe that they are special. Kind of like me right there, just running red lights, but it's not really just believing I'm special. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know I'm being a non-compliant citizen. But you know what? To be completely honest, this city is full of much more non-compliant citizens. So it don't concern me too much, to be honest. That's what we say with these bikes. People always ask me, it's like the first question people ask, right? Like, the cops scare? Cops ever pull you over? Usually it's people that are not on a Sur Ron. I mean, it always is people that are not on a Sur Ron. So sometimes I think they're asking me because they hate the Sur Ron and they hope that cops will pull me over. And then sometimes I think they're asking because they're genuinely curious and because they're looking into this bike and they think it's cool, but they don't ever want to tell anyone. This bike is like what Magao was in 2020. Everyone wants one, but no one wants to admit that they want one. All those right-wingers came out of the woodwork all of a sudden. Everyone wanted to vote for him, but nobody wanted to admit they were voting for him. Probably gonna happen in 2024 too, but this ain't a political podcast, so I'm not doing that shit. Oy. Yeah, we are very late. I'm probably gonna be about 15-20 minutes late, so it is what it is. I'm taking my time this morning. It's a gorgeous morning out. Perfect weather, like perfect riding weather right now. 65 degrees. Oh, I got something in my eye. Nice 65, sunny, not too much wind. Like this is perfect fall weather, perfect riding weather. I'm in shorts and I got like a sweatshirt on, but where are you going? You going right? You going straight? You going straight? Okay. What? And then you slow down. Why? What? Some people, oh my god. Oh my god. You can't go 5 miles. Oh my god. I lose this because of you. Fucking asshole. Dummy don't know how to drive. Oops. That one day I feel like that's probably gonna get me pulled over. I do that every trip. But I'm not waiting in that line. Sometimes it's like New York City traffic. I'm sure this is everywhere. But there's so much traffic in the city that like, yeah. I'm going over the double yellow sometimes if I can and I'm clear. I will never do anything that's like, that puts me, well, I don't want to say ever. But I generally don't do anything that will put me or someone else in danger. Definitely put someone else. I won't do something that will put someone else in danger. I might try and squeeze through a gap that might be a little too small for me, but I'll go for it. Like something like that. Like probably isn't the safest thing, but I'll do it. But that sounds weird about my bike, but I did just tighten everything up, so it feels nice. Bike feels nice this morning. I just saw, so you'll know the date that I recorded this in a second, but I just saw Sur Ron, who I don't follow that much, to be completely honest with you. I think some of his videos are good. His old videos are good where he was like fixing up the bike. In fact, I actually used a couple of his videos to figure out how to like tune this thing when I first got it. You know, how to give it a tune-up. But I just saw he posted a video yesterday, I think, or one of the past few days, and it was of him modding up his Sur Ron, which he's done a couple times, but his old Sur Ron, like $20,000, and he got all sorts of new parts, and it just like, I was watching this thing just salivating at the mouth. Like, if my bike sounded, looked, felt like that, holy shit, would I be a happy man. Like, if my thing could go, I mean, I would never even want it, like, probably would never even touch 75. I do plan on upgrading to a Pulsar battery, and like, I know that my speed is probably going to be able to hit 65, 70, 75. I'm a pretty light dude, so I could probably get close to 75 with the right tune. But I don't even want it, not on this guy. I would have to upgrade the whole brake line. Like, he went and he got like steel tube brakes and all sorts of stuff. This guy's plate, we're not going to show it to you, but it's H Solo. The Millennium Falcon would go a lot faster than this pal. Jesus. Oh my God. Beautiful view of Manhattan this morning. Kind of clouded over a little bit, but that'll, if I left maybe an hour earlier, an hour later, that would be different. Is it? Oh, I just got sprayed. God damn. Whatever the hell that was. Okay, I gotta get around this guy. I gotta get around him. You're being ridiculous, but come on. Fucking go. Oh my God, go. I wish I had time for a joyride. That's probably what that is. That guy's going on a nice joyride on a Sunday morning. He's got nothing better to do. My ass works 7 days a week. I can't. There you go. I don't have the luxury of joyrides. My morning commute is my joyride, and if I have enough energy afterwards, that's my joyride. It's coming home. It is the most joyous time. Although I will say, I don't hate my job, and I really feel bad for people who do not like their jobs, who got to do this every day. Some people 2 jobs, and they don't like either of them. I will say I like my job. I like what I do for work. Do I like the act of getting up and going to work, and would I much rather stay in my bed sometimes and maybe have at least a day of playing a video game? Yeah, sure, but you know, such is adult life. I'm just glad I get to do something I like, and I'm not doing something I absolutely hate. Yeah, nice view of Manhattan right here. We saw this intersection up here. It is pretty nice. I don't know what these strips are. They've been here for a little bit. Oh, my, okay. So you're going to see, almost swerve that pothole. Nice view. Got the Empire State right there, and the Chrysler, kind of back-to-back showings, and then you won't see it, but further that way is the One World Trade, which we just had the 9/11 Memorial Pass. It's always a weird time in the city to see the 9/11 Memorial. I was just talking to my fiance about this because she grew up here. She was born and raised in Queens, and I was not. I was born and raised in Boston. And so it's just funny, like the perspective that I've had on 9/11 over the years, you know, like, and I think that everyone can kind of concur with this, but I feel like it hits a little bit different when you live in New York and you haven't lived in New York, because I didn't live in New York, and I was kind of like disassociated with everything that it was and what happened in the city and the emotions. And then even when I moved here, I wasn't nearly as serious about it, and I don't mean serious as like I would make a joke of it, of course, but I didn't understand the brevity and what it did to the actual communities around here. You know, you don't think of like New York as like a, I don't know, like a town, you know, where people are close and connected and like a community. But it is, especially in the outskirts, and a lot of the people that worked in those buildings that were firefighters, especially, they all lived 8, slept, breathed New York air, New York beds, New York food, New York people, you know, and it's just sad. Like, I was talking to my fiance about it, and she was telling me about how, oh, look at that nice, beautiful view of the Empire State right there. She was telling me how, you know, her whole, like, where she grew up, out in Queens, you know, I mean, literally, she was in elementary school at the time, and I think, like, what did she say, like 5 or 6 of her classmates had firefighters as parents that died, and I mean, it destroyed whole firehouses, like, completely demolished them, and so it's just incredulous to me how much it hits home. And if you don't live here, you don't realize, you know, you can kind of just be like, oh, 9/11. I see everyone from back home that posted, you know, like, oh, this day I'll never forget. And it's like, yes, I understand. And I can't be a hypocrite either because I wasn't here. But like the things that, you know, that she talks about, the smell that was in the air for weeks, like people that lived here ain't never gonna forget that. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna remember that shit forever. It's very easy when you don't live there to just kind of pass it off as just another day. It's Memorial Day, you know, or it's Veterans Day, or it's 9/11 Day. But if you live here, like, you don't really have that luxury. You gotta stare at the space where the buildings were. And it's kind of, or not even that, like, we were talking about the lights the other day, because every year they put up lights. And the lights are, you know, when I first came here, I thought it was so beautiful. And now I look at the lights, and my fiance, she was the one that, you know, first kind of was like, yeah, I can't look at them. And then I started to look at them and realize what they meant. I was like, yeah, it's kind of it is hard to look at them. It is hard to, like, have to remember that, you know, and look at a place where buildings once stood, and instead of those buildings, now we have lights, and instead of the people in them, now we have ghosts. It's just really sad, really unfortunate, and eerie being here the whole week. I think it kind of changes your perspective, like I said, on New York, and being a New Yorker and being an American, what it means. You know, I think there's a little bit of a sense of pride that happens when you live here after a certain amount of time, and you see those lights all the time. But anyway, enough of that. We're in like I want to say Long Island City area. So we're just on the border, right before Manhattan here. My bike was only on 45% to start, so this would be a good time to check and see what the battery looks like. So we started with 45. Let's see where we're at right now. 25. So I have blown through 20% of my battery. Yikes. I gotta be careful over the next couple miles because if I go too fast, we could get very close to zero very quickly. And this is what I mean. I really want to get a Pulsar battery. My GoPro here might die at any moment as well, so that's fun. But I'm gonna try to at least make it over the bridge so we can get some great views in the morning. It is very beautiful. And then I will probably sign off once I get over the bridge because that part of the ride is very hairy and not so fun. But we'll save that for another day. Maybe we'll do a little 9/11 memorial tour as well. We can bring the bike down there and just kind of look at the pools and all that good stuff. Now I'm going to try and take it a little bit slow over this bridge. A little bit slow. Nice. Sweet. Just got the time in there. I'm supposed to be at work in 2 minutes. I got about another 12 to go. So maybe about 10 minutes there. It's all right. But here we go. We're getting to the Queensboro Bridge now. Usually, especially on a Sunday morning, this is going to be packed with runners. I really, this is actually, it's going to be a beautiful view, but this is one of the worst rides in the city. They basically jam 2 lanes of bike lanes and a walking lane all onto what should be like, what is like this size. So it really should be like just a bike lane, and they add a walking lane into it. Sometimes you get walkers that kind of go into the bike lane, and it's just a nightmare. This path is like really not a good path. But you do what you gotta do, right? So that's the car lane. I wish you could just go up the car lane, but it's usually packed. But this up here is very dangerous, like bikes and pedestrians. There's been a plan to open up the other side of the bridge, which is a single lane car side of the bridge on the other side. And they've been talking about it for years, so that they can like share. Where are you going? Gotta be to the left. Yeah. Woo! See right there. Right there. And see what I say about city bikes? They don't know what the hell they're doing. So if someone gets hurt, they're lucky. I saw a city biker almost get demolished. So you'll see here, like this right here, before on the left side of this, white barrier is the bike lane. So this is 2 lanes. So somehow you're supposed to fit bikes going up and down this bridge on this side, and it is like literally inches of a close call. Like this guy's gonna pass us, and it's inches, you know. So when you're trying to like go around people, when you're like, it's very, very difficult. It's very hairy. You gotta time things right. If I was on a pedal bike, I wouldn't want to do it. Like I would do what that guy's doing. I would just stay consistent pace. You gotta move over, buddy. What are you doing? Anyway, that's the city right there. So beautiful view. This is the upper side, and then if I turn my left here from upper a little bit, you can see lower Manhattan. I can't turn for too long because, you know, bikes and people and stuff, but give you a little view. This is the Queensboro Bridge, the Ed Koch, I don't know, something, going over the East River. And this is how I commute to work every day. There's the World Trade right there. You can see it now that it's come up from behind that building. So the World Trade is right there. Beautiful building. Again, just a very eerie thing to look at on a week like this week. You know, where like a lot of people died in that airspace right there. People jumped out of buildings. It's just the images, and they all come back every year, and it's just very, very sad. Very sad. Rest in peace to everyone. For all the family members that dealt with that. I didn't understand it back then when I was 8, but I'm so sorry. I'm sure that's something you never heal from. They have been doing this down here, though, not to change the subject, but this is really nice. So there's been fights for like good bike infrastructure here for so long, and they haven't been able to get it, but they finally got this like East River Greenway going up. So it starts right here and it goes all the way up the Upper East Side for like 20 blocks, I think, to where the school is actually. I wouldn't take it on this bike because I'd get people real pissed at me. But it looks beautiful. I would take a pedal bike of it, but I would not dare on this guy. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You go right on the water, like really, really nice views. But yeah, on this guy, I wouldn't do it. So anyway, we're coming to the end of the bridge here. I'm gonna verbally sign off now, and then whatever is remaining of the footage, I got like 9%. I might make it up to the school. Whatever is remaining on this battery, I will just use to film the rest of this. See how fun this is? Very fun when you get people trying to pass all at the same time. Or when you get pedestrians that like to run, like instead of running like on the edge, like where they should run, they like to run like that. Like they like to run like as close to the white line as possible. Why? Who knows? Brains aren't used a lot sometimes.